grandfather and his brother came over from England. My grandmother came out, met up with my grandfather. They ended up getting married. They were the first couple married in Burton. First couple to have a baby in Burton. And I think the first apple tree with fruit on it in Burton.
We had a wonderful yard and a big cherry tree, and my dad had a beautiful garden and all those things. And that was where your life was.
Well, 1946, so we got a piece of land below the elk mouth of the Elk River, rather, up toward Waldo. And I used to go up there and haul the hay home, had the cattle down at the Newgate place, as we called it.
I was also born when we lived at Newgate, and it was the most beautiful childhood a person could wish for.
We were going to be the biggest cherry grower in Renata. We already had 80 cherry trees planted when we had to move out.
I was pretty young. It was actually my parents' farm that was bought up by the Arrow Project, and we lived in Revelstoke at the corner of 8th and Moss Street, and the El Silhouette Dike came through our farm field and took away all of the farmland.
Right from day one back in the 40s, there was a survey crew came through, and the first proposal was about flooding out this valley, and surveyed everything. So the whole 25 years or something like that, the word was, well, someday you're going to get flooded out.
I can remember us as kids, as soon as the surveyors were gone, we'd run out and move their stakes, thinking that we were going to move the dike somewhere, away from our house and away from our fields. And as kids, we thought we were, I guess that was our little bit of a rebellion.
Most of the people had never had any dealings with big government or industry and this sort of stuff before, and so we didn't really know what our rights were and what to do about it when we ran into problems.
We all had little hydrocars, little Ford Falcons, light blue, and that's how we got around. And when they saw a hydrocar coming, they weren't happy, usually. If they thought you were an appraiser, a land agent, those poor people got literally run off with pitchforks and shotguns occasionally. It wasn't the question is, should we do it or not? It was going to happen. And I think they realized that we were there to kind of help them make that transition. The fact that most people said, we want to stay in the same geographic area, drove what is now the same communities.
Well, we didn't really have to move out. We had a choice. We could stay there if we wanted to. But the community would be out anyhow, and there'd be no school, no store, no post office. There wouldn't be anything there.
Well, they had to settle. They had to settle. But don't you have time to do your thing around your own home for a while before you burn it down? And it wasn't their business to burn them down. What makes them think that they were that strong a power to do that to human beings?
Somebody in a suit walked up to the door and says, we're taking over your property, you're going to be flooded out, and get ready to leave, sort of thing. And then when it finally got down to the point where we're going to move out, Hydro said, well, we're going to burn the house down. If you want it, you can move it. And so we had to raise $3,000 or whatever to jack up our old house and get it moved out of there.
It's sad to look at it, the way it happened, that everything got destroyed.
Yeah.
But can't do anything about it, so just have to take it as it comes. We went back there last year. We had a Peter's reunion there. Mm-hmm. Not at our place, but on the beach there.
Your whole life centered around that area, and then suddenly it's all gone. And you've got this bit of money that is supposed to make you happy. And it's hard to find a fit between the money that you were handed and the home that you need to replace.
The people that are affected here, the ones that are really affected, will never forget it. It's the most drastic thing that I ever went through.
Obviously, it changed our lives quite a bit. There was no more food source. There was no more chickens. There was no more cows. There was no more big garden. Just a few years later, actually, my parents moved to Burton.
It's an ongoing situation, and as long as there's anybody alive in the valley that remembers getting flooded out, or BC Hydro or whatever, there's the story's not over.